Firefly, how short is life? I dreamt we had more than 20.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm hoping that you are doing well on this December 1st of 2023 day. So my phone, as you know, I record on my phone until maybe next month because I plan on getting a camera. But my phone is doing something a little different. I don't know. There's a line, right? I'm sorry, mouse hit my tripod, but there's a line right in the center of it. I've never seen that before. So I am here to talk about a visit that I had, not last night, but the night before. I was on my phone. I don't know what I was doing. I might have been doing videos for TikTok. I do like a motion on a picture, and then I put quotes on it, whether it be mine or Buddha's or whoever, but I put inspirational quotes on them. And I put them on TikTok, and they're all moving and stuff. It's pretty cool. You should go check it. I think it's elora.grace1, the number, not the word. There should be a, what do you call that? A TikTok logo somewhere where my picture is, I think. It might even be, I'll be also in the description or whatever that is below. I can't remember, sorry. But anyway, I finally got on TikTok 1,010 followers. And I could go live and stuff now and earn money, but I just don't know what to talk about. Especially live where people are wanting to talk to you. I'm afraid I'm going to lock up. Yeah. So, on that note about my visit, I was on my phone, probably doing TikTok, I'm not sure. I do less color by numbers now than I used to. My medicine hadn't kicked in yet, meaning my sleeping pills. And I want to say this, I've said it before, but it's got where when they arrive, I don't know if it's like they're almost here or they're here, meaning the extraterrestrials, for those of you who don't know. I don't know whenabouts it happens. Whenabouts, you know what I mean. Sometimes I can feel them. And I was thinking about it today, and some information came to me, and I'm not really sure if it was channeled or just my thoughts trying to understand it. But I want to say I slip into a different dimension. And that's why I can see orbs. That's why I can see souls, and so forth. But I felt them come. I know 80%, maybe 50%, 50-50, could feel them come because the room changes. The whole vibration literally changes. I shouldn't say literally, but it's like a frequency. Let me just say that, a frequency change. And what I mean about that is, let me see if I can explain it well. The first time I ever heard, my contact is blurry, sorry, you're going to see me looking up often. The first time I heard a soul enter the room I was in, I was 10, I was 10. 9 or 10. And I mark it because I remember where I was living at. And I was by myself, no TV, nothing. And it felt like somebody was sneaking in the bedroom. And I don't know if you're aware, when you're in a quiet area and somebody's trying to be really quiet and sneak in on you, if you're not paying attention, you won't probably hear it. I don't know. But I felt a change of sound, frequency. I can't even describe it all, but it's similar to that. And I remember saying, I hear you, because I thought somebody had snuck in the apartment, family member, and that was going to scare me. And then I heard nothing, and I turned around, nobody's there, and I walked in the apartment, nobody's around. But when I get these visits, it's like a shift. It's like an energy pressure and a shift. But it's like full of wisdom and power. I mean, you could just feel it, literally, you could feel it. And I felt it the other night. And I remember I'm like, oh, wow, that's a first. I felt it before my sleeping pills kicked in, which sometimes I do. But that night, I'm just like, whoa, wait a second, they're here. And I'm sitting there, put my phone down, and I'm looking in the direction where I seen them. And I'm like, wow, I'm not even drowsy. Maybe I can see them. And then as I said before, whenever you kind of drift off in la la land and it feels good and that feeling, and you just want to stay there as long as you can because it has that feel good feeling about it. We're supposed to do that. We're doing something when we do that. And I tell you why. And for those of you that already know, I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself. But when you do that, I do that. That's when I see orbs better. Now, there's times where I won't be like that in la la land, and I could be working and they'll cross in front of me. But when I'm in la la land, I really see them. And I've got where I try to hold my gaze, if you want to call it that. I try to hold it there longer and longer, and I practice it. But I've always seen souls. I've always seen, well, no, the orb thing is new. Probably a year now is when I've started seeing orbs. But anyway, I felt the frequency change in the room, and I kind of looked toward my bedroom. I'm still on the couch. For the first time last night, I can lay on my side, my right side, not my surgery side, left side. So anyway, I'm looking toward the room, and I saw the geometric shapes coming. The film that's shaped like geometric shapes was coming. And I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't see them. But something tells me they were all there behind the film. Maybe, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, I'm not sure. Usually if I say something, I will get a word or something that says something different, you know. But anyway, so I'm like, oh, and I have my feet out on the footrest thing of the couch, and I'm like, okay. And so it was getting closer and closer, and I looked to the left, to the side of the footrest, and I see the film is already there. And I'm like, oh, it's really close, but over there I could see it coming. So I held up my hand, and it engulfed my hand, and I kid you not, I have not noticed it before because I've touched it many times. It had a pulse. It really did. It engulfed my hand, and my whole entire hand, bottom, top, half of my wrist, all of it was pulsing. And I'm sitting there holding my hand out thinking, oh my gosh, it's pulsing over my hand. So I held up my other hand, and I seen it coming toward my other hand, and it engulfed my hand, and both hands were pulsing. And I'm like, wow, this is crazy. And so I'm like that for as long as I can because I'm in a sitting position with my feet out. It's almost uncomfortable. And I'm looking around just in case one of them wanted to say hi, pop up or whatever. Nothing. And so I finally sat back and put my hands back in my lap or whatever. And I'm watching, and I think I shifted or something. I don't know what I did, but I looked down and then looked up and everything was gone. And I'm sitting there thinking, are you serious? I don't know why they don't stick around. Surely they see me wanting to interact with them. Why wouldn't they want to stick around and communicate? Or sit there and stare at me? You know, something. I don't care what it is. Okay, that's the end of that visit. So, and I want to talk about how I'm doing since surgery. And for those of you who don't know, I had tendon repair surgery in my left hip. I had a tear in the muscle where the tendon and muscle connect. Some of it was tore. And so they had to repair that. They had to lengthen my tendon. How in the heck they did that, I don't know. But I've been walking on it more and more. Really, as long as I have the cane, it's not painful. It's not that painful. But today, for no reason whatsoever, I had a little bit of anger in me about it. And I'm trying to off and on my breaks, because I work from home right now. I did a few things without the cane. And I went in the kitchen, walked around to the bathroom without the cane. And now I'm paying for it. But as I sat back in the chair working, my whole left, this is weird. The whole, you know, the muscle on the side going down from your rib cage to your hip, the obliques. That's not the front, not the abs, the obliques on the side. My obliques would cramp off and on, and they're sore as heck right now. I mean, they're so sore, but they would spasm pretty bad off and on. I had the heating pad on all day, and then my hip is sore, and then this might be TMI, but my left butt cheek spasmed once today. I'm like, oh my God. In the beginning, my thigh, my butt cheek, and ribs, obliques, spasmed a lot right after surgery. And I mean a lot, I'm not exaggerating, and it hurt. I do feel that I overdid it today. I see the surgeon on the 6th to see if he's going to say, no more cane, no more wheelchair, you're on your own. And I'm pretty sure that's what he's going to say. But honestly, I don't know if I'm ready to be without the cane. I don't want to depend on it. But doing what I did today without it, very minimally as I was, I'm hurting. See, yesterday or the day before, might have been the day before, I went and paid rent, and then something wrong with my bank account. And I'll explain that really quick. Twice, last month and this month, a bill came out late when it showed it already came out. It came out late. It kicked me over to non-sufficient funds with my rent, and I had to pay a $30 fee. My rent's $710. So I paid my rent early, and it took a day or two. Finally, you know, it paid, but it kicked back with non-sufficient funds. And I'm like, what? Well, the credit card that I paid on that showed it was paid wasn't. I owe $30 more. But anyway, I told them I'm not signing the lease, that I'll be moving out the 22nd. I'll be moving out of here on the 23rd, actually, but I'm taking PTO on the 22nd. I'm packing everything possible, and then on the 23rd, I'm moving everything out. And that night, the 23rd, I will be living in my car. I did not want to be living in my car that close to Christmas, but she said, if I cannot move out by the 28th, she'd have to charge me rent, which made me angry because you legally cannot do that. When I signed my lease, it was on the 1st, 11th, 9th, something like that. But she's telling me my lease is over on December 28th. And then if I stay to the 28th, she's going to charge me rent. I'm like, that's just not right. But my thoughts on that was, if I'm out the sooner the better, then I'll do it because I can save more money. And then that's when I'm going to buy the camera and then go get, I know this is TMI, I'm going to go get my boobs fixed to be smaller. And if you haven't seen that topic on my videos, it was just that the surgeon went bigger than what we discussed. I don't like them. I just, they don't fit my body or anything, and so I'm getting them smaller. And then after that, I'm putting a down payment on a car, one that I want, and then I'm giving this one to my daughter. And then I'm saving for land, and then I'm going to start me a tiny home. I had a reason why I was going to say why I said all that, but I can't remember. Oh, it was just that about I'm not signing a new lease is what I was getting at. So I had to go back Wednesday and pay the $30 that I couldn't pay today. My credit card is the type that won't give you money out of an ATM or receive cash back kind of thing. And so that was the last 30 I had, was going to use it and put on the money order for the rent. And then she's like, okay, well, that Wednesday you need to pay $30, and then you'll owe $30 extra because you're going to be even later. And I'm just like, you know what? I just don't care at this point. This coming payday, which is this coming Thursday, I'm getting the Jackery. And I looked at it today and I wanted to cry because in my last video I said that Black Friday had it down to $899, and now it's $1,600 and something. And I really wish I could have got it. Well, I guess that's all I've got for you today. I'm sorry. I hate doing short and sweet ones, but I try so hard to come up with something to talk about. But I know when I live in my car, I will try to do them as often as possible, because I would like to give you updates on how day to day is going living in the car. And the woman who's taking Mouse back for me until I get a place, then she's gonna give her back to me. She's so worried. She was asking me today, how are you going to stay warm? How are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? And I said, I'll only be in the car when I'm sleeping. And I had the jackery for the heated blanket. I'll be fine. I will be discussing my day-to-day with you being in the car. And I'm asking my guides, please, I hope I don't regret this, because I cannot afford a higher payment apartment. And where I'm at right now, I can afford it, but when my bills start coming in from surgery and the future surgeries and this IRS, I can't afford it. But I hate to get in the car and think I made a big mistake, because then I'll have nowhere to go, because there's a long waiting list for these apartments because they're cheap. So I hope I don't regret it. I've told my guides, please lead me in the position I need to be going. Please guide me in doing this. And it's really weird how this come about, that I decided to live in my car. And I don't even remember what started my thought process on it. I'm not sure. But all I know is it's set in motion, and I feel that it's supposed to be set in motion. Why? I don't know. But we'll see where we go. Where I go. You're going with me. Okay, so I'm going to end this here. I love you guys tremendously, and I really hope you know that. And I'm going to send each and every one of you love, light, and peace. Bye.